what's up, my dude? Hope you're doing well. So, this is the pork pie Bubinga-Hybrid with maple. And I'm thinking it's a 8, but it could be a 7.5. It just looks like an 8 because it has die cast on top and bottom. So I do have a snare weight here, and you can see here, I mean, immaculate condition, dude. Immaculate. So without further ado, let's give you a little bit of a sound profile and timbre of it. And also because I know you like Aquarian heads, so do I, especially on my snares. So I threw an Aquarian texture coated on it. And then with die cast hoops, you have to have the extra, little grommet that will fit for the snare weight. Because any snare weight will fit on a triple flanged, but you have to have this side part right here in order to get it to mount onto something that's a die cast. But they're expensive. But if you just get the basic one and you're using a triple flange for the most part, you can use that, just the top part on those. And then the attachment that goes for the die cast is, I think, like $50, something like that. So I have a drum dot here too, and just trying to give kind of the sound that I know that you like. But this drum has a lot of overtones, and it's a fat sound and snare. So that's why I want to try to give it as dry as possible as I can, while still giving a good, musical overtone so that you can hear what the drum sounds like. Okay? Freestyling, dude, so obviously there's going to be mistakes, but that way you can hear, what the timbres are like, in addition to some rolls. I'll do some cross stick for you, I'll do some rim shots for you, so that at least you get the general sound of what this drum sounds like, okay? having fun, man. Just freestyling. So, pork pie, waterfall Bubinga, over maple hybrid shell, 10 ply. The outer ply and the inner ply. Oh wait, no. The two outer plies are Bubinga, and then the inner plies are all maple. So it's kind of like a 8 and 2 with the plies. But literally, I scoured the entire country and websites and called Bill himself, and Bill Dedamore, who he was a NASA engineer for the first part of his career, and he even he made the pork pie drum. Well, the other brass snare you see next to the tama that's sitting in the middle. He made that for me on my birthday, and he makes some of the best sounding drums for very affordable prices. And he was a NASA engineer, so like second to none craftsmanship. And what he does is he shines, a bright light through a perfectly flat plane of granite. And if any light escapes at all, he just completely shelves the drum, recuts the entire bearing edge, and redoes the entire drum. Just if one tiny little speck of light comes out of it. So, I mean, amazing craftsmanship. And for the timbre you get, and you can see that it's got tube lugs, and these are bow tie lugs. That's what they refer to these as bow tie lugs. So this is also pork pie, but just hybrid and wood, where that is a brass. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and then next up is going to be this Mapex Shadow. Sorry, dude, I cannot give you my Yamaha brass. That's my absolute favorite brass snare drum. So, yeah, my bad, dude. But, check this out. Boo-boo! And yeah, I know you say it's comically big for a 30-strander, but if you want sensitivity, dude, sorry, I'm talking away from the microphone. This is it, man. This is it. And look what it's got. It's got a butt strainer, not just 3-position, 5-position, but a whole strainer for the butt, as it does for the throw-off. And I love these throw-offs too, because they come right off. They're very easy to get undone. And then, as you can see again, I have a Aquarian texture coated on this one as well. Okay? So, if you check this one out, what you're going to see is this is walnut. So, it's walnut with maple. And basically what they've done is take this kit, the Mapex, which is the Saturn V Exotic, and done a hybrid ply of walnut and maple, and then now they're making it into their Black Panthers. And in addition to that, it has 3 vents. It has 3 vents too. So, I mean, killer drum, just gorgeous. And it also has a super hoop on it. So it's kind of like an S hoop, and so an S hoop being this hoop. So it's somewhat, because the flange goes to the inward rather than outward. So, getting certain weights and that kind of stuff to fit on it, or even a snare weight like this can be tricky. But if you know what you're doing, and then you just use dots or the weights, then you'll be fine to go. All right, my bro. So let me pause this one. Just so sensitive too. Let me give you a little sound really just super quick with the snares off too. If you play something like a batucada, which would, I don't know if people know that groove, but to count it, you're just doing it as but then you have to tap dance the whole time too, so. It's a tricky groove, but it sounds great with the cross stick with it. So if you're doing like, that would be with 8 notes. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Just variety of some different grooves that you can play with it, but cross stick sounds great. Die cast on top and bottom. You've got a 30 strander on it. You've got wires, so you got actual wires holding the snare wires, and then I can also throw in the snare weight. I can give you a couple dots if you wanted that. But this is a great snare, man. And like I said, I've only been able to find one in a year and a half of searching. So, I mean, he hardly makes them. And he signs the inside of each drum. Kind of hard to see there on the bottom, but you can see like there. So sign it and give the manufacturer date and all that, so that you know exactly when it was made and you know if it's been used or not before that. But yeah, you can tell I am the only owner, and I rehab this entire kit and threw top tier upgrades on the entire thing, and then basically just had it sitting in all my drum cases over here. So that's basically brand new, dude. Alrighty. Up next will be the Shadow. And then, like I told you, bro, here's going to be the Gretsch. Look how gorgeous. And yeah, just for now, I have a coated Ambassador by Remo just because, why not? Till it wears out. And they call these the silver, or yeah, silver sound, Gretsch silver sound. Yeah, because it just has a standard throw off. So I don't quite like these throw offs. I mean, they're not bad by any means, but they're a little bit more cumbersome than some other designs. So, but you can always change that out for like you know, DW mag or a trick throw off or something like that. And then it has die cast on both. And then just quickly look at how gorgeous that is, man. So yeah, basically the hammering, what it does is it dries it out and it focuses the sound. So basically, you get all the sound waves bouncing back and forth in the drum, which then dries the sound out rather than just giving like a ring or a harsh overtone to the sound of the drum. So it focuses your sound in addition to dries it out a little bit, because all those sound waves are bouncing back and forth between the hammer marks and the drum. Oh yeah. And that's another great thing is that these stay in tune so well. But obviously there's no muffling on it, but the minute I throw some muffling on this, dude, I'm not even gonna have to touch it. Maybe crank it up just a little bit. But all right, see in a flip flop. This is a long video, I get it, but I want to at least explain to you like what you're looking at, what you're hearing, what the woods are. Whether you're going chrome over brass. That's the other one down here. And brass. And walnut maple. So just depends. But that way you can look them up, and then you can also decide like what you like best for your timbre. But if you like rock and stuff, man, and you've already got that shallower pack drum, and it's wood, I would suggest getting a brass, or this one, because this is going to give you a fat rock sounding, or a funk, whatever you want it to be like.